And hello, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of the Zone TV Movie Entertainment with me, your host, Jonathan. Once again, bringing you my thoughts and review for last night's episode of The Flash, Season 5, Episode 8. And also, it's the 100 episode, so I want to say congratulations to everybody in the Flash crew, actors, whoever, everybody who put that show together. Congratulations on the 100 episode. And thank you for bringing it to all of us who are the fans. So, let's talk about the episode. It's a pretty interesting episode. It wasn't the greatest. I would admit that, because, there were a lot of things that, it's like, they kind of build up to the hype and like, what's going to happen, and it kind of a little disappointing, but it was still very interesting, because there were a lot of things in this episode is like, interesting. So, let's talk about it. So, Nora and Barry literally go back in time to basically all the main moments of Barry's life through season 1, 2, 3, and even 4 to get materials that they need to stop Cicada. They needed something to stop him, because they know who he is, they know where he's going, they know where he's always going to be at. He's going to be at the hospital, so they needed something to, I guess, counteract his dagger. So they needed dark matter, obviously, to counter it. They needed, a lot of different materials. So they had to go back in time to, the night of the particle accelerator exploded. They got to meet Harrison Wells, also known as Reverse Flash back then. They couldn't, really run into him due to the fact that, it could mess up the timeline again. They had to go back when they met Zoom, Savitar, get a piece of his armor. They did all that, and they did it pretty well, not being seen, or, not having them figure out, oh, wait, you guys are from another timeline. Only one person did that in the entire thing, and we all knew who it was, because they had no choice. They needed something to be fixed, and it was Eobard Thawne. And he gave us some pretty interesting little, I guess, either they're Easter eggs or clues. He kept naming, all the different speedsters that he knows about, especially Dawn Allen, which is in the comics is, I guess, the Flash's other daughter. I believe it is, or part of the Tornado Twins. I'm not really sure, but that was pretty interesting seeing that. He obviously clearly knows Nora because he's from the future, especially the same time period as she is from. So, and then of course, it looks like Nora really knows him, really knows him. So there's that, but we'll get to that at the end of this episode. And then, of course, they get what they need to do. They go back to fight Cicada, and for the good part, it kind of works. They take away his dagger. Their powers come back, especially the ones that he stole. Vibe comes back. We get to see him use his powers again without, having to be hurt anymore. And, of course, Cicada unleashes a new power that nobody knows. They threw his dagger literally into space, and he calls it off like it's Mjolnir from Thor. So that was pretty interesting. And then of course they figure out that they got a new weapon in their arsenal. That's something that not even Cicada can take away, and that's Caitlin. Caitlin's powers are not from dark matter. Her powers came from something else. She's technically a real metahuman, if you want to go that way. So, yeah, so the dark matter is not in Caitlin, so Cicada's dagger wouldn't even work on her. He literally threw it at her, and it probably would have bounced off of her or something. It probably would have stabbed her, but it wouldn't, take her powers from her. But still, it was okay, they got a new weapon for the team. And then, of course, you got some more moments with Nora and Sherlock Wells trying to figure out why he's so interested in Nora and why she has this, remember that book that she had from last season? Writing down those little notes. Apparently that was a journal, and she's writing entry logs, and she's sending it to the future. So the ending shows her, and spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, apparently she's sending it to the Reverse Flash. Now this is a lot of people speculating that, she's working with him, or he's controlling her, or something. My guess is they're working together. That's my guess. Yeah, you must be wondering, why do you think that? Well, Cicada apparently is still the one that always got away. What if Cicada was the reason that Barry disappeared in the first place and it wasn't the Reverse Flash? What if Reverse Flash was fighting Barry, but then Cicada got in the way and maybe they hate each other too? You know, sometimes when villains don't work with each other, they always come to blow and ends up being Armageddon anyway. So maybe Reverse Flash he's in prison. So maybe he's just helping Nora to try to figure out, you got to stop this guy before he ends up being bigger than he is now. Otherwise, I can't be your main villain. You know what I mean? Maybe he's wiping out the villains now. Who knows? You know, maybe Reverse Flash is that last villain that he can't find and he needs to get rid of him. But maybe he sent Nora on a mission to stop him. Who knows? But it was very interesting to see that. And now we're going to have to wait till after the crossover, obviously, to see what's going to happen moving forward with this. But it should be very interesting. Like I said, I like the episode, but, you know, I kind of wish that we got to see more of the villains from the past, obviously, but we didn't because of the whole timeline loop. So, there you go. We did get to see the Grim Reaper version of the Speedster. Zoom, the Black Flash, if you want to call it that. So, that was cool. Obviously, he took Zoom away, so that was pretty fun. But other than that, cool episode. Very lot of plot holes. No, not really plot holes, more like mysteries. So it was very good. So leave me a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about it. And stay tuned for more. And thank you very much. And have a good day.